I'm going to show you step by step how I close an above ground swimming pool for the winter season. Let me start off by saying I'm not a professional, I'm just a homeowner showing one way you can do it yourself. I have been doing it this exact method every year for the last 4 years that I've lived here, and I've had zero issues. Every spring when I reopen it, the water is crystal clear. So let me walk you through my method. I start off by giving it a shock treatment the day before. So you're going to want to sprinkle in the shock and then let the pump run overnight so that the shock can work its way through the system. The next day, I take a little test strip and I test the water. I want to make sure all of the chemicals are balanced. If not, I'll want to make any adjustments and then let the pump run for another day before I continue. I forgot to film this, but I did add some algae guard before I started cleaning it, and I let the pump run for a couple of hours. Just follow the instructions for your pool size that are on the algae guard that you get. Now let's start cleaning the pool. I'm going to take the little skimmer net here and take anything floating off the top. Then I'm going to get my little scrubber brush here and scrub all of the walls of the pool. Now I'm going to take the manual vacuum, hook that up, and I'm going to vacuum the entire bottom floor of the pool. I like to get the pool as clean as I possibly can. Any dirt and debris left behind once I put the cover on is going to sit there for about 8 months. It could stain the bottom and cause other issues, so let's just get it out of there. Now that the pool's clean, let's work on the equipment. I have a sand filter, so I want to get that cleaned out first. I'm going to turn it on backwash, and I'm going to let that run for a couple of minutes and just really let it rinse all of that sand free of all of the debris that I've just now picked up with that vacuum. After the backwash is complete, I'm going to turn the filter to the waste mode, and we're just going to start draining the pool now. And as you can see, it kind of goes a little slow, so this is going to take a few hours. I've got a small electric pump, so I hooked that up as well so that I could just speed this process up a little bit. So I've got some coming out the waistline, and then I've also got the pump removing some so that we can hopefully get this done a little bit faster. I'm going to go inside and do some other things for a few hours because it is going to take a while. The goal here is to get the water drained below that return jet there. And the reason we need the water that low is we're going to disconnect all of these hoses and take them inside for the winter. Now, while I'm waiting on the pool to drain far enough, I went ahead and stuck my robot vacuum in there, and we're just going to pick up anything that I might have missed or anything else that's falling in there in the few hours that it's going to take to drain this water. A few hours later, we've got the water down below the return jet. I'm going to take the filter and put it into the winterize position. And now let's work on disconnecting all of the hoses. I'm going to start with the waistline. Then I'll take off the lid and the filter basket to the pump. And I'll take off the hose that goes between the pump and the skimmer. I'm going to take out the skimmer basket and then disconnect the little skimmer flapper here. And then finally, I'll take off the last hose, which is the one between the pump filter and the return jet. Now let's just take off some more pieces for the winter. We've got a little drain plug here on the filter. Mine was really stuck, so I got a pipe wrench and I was able to get it loose that way. So we're gonna let the water drain out and we're gonna keep that open for the winter. Next, I'm going to remove the pressure gauge and then unscrew this little plastic window here. And we're taking these inside as well, so I'm just going to store them in the little skimmer basket here. And then finally, there's a little drain plug on the pump, so we're going to take that off, let that water drain out, and then just pop this into the little basket for storage for the winter. Now I'm going to take the little skimmer net and just do one final skim across the top to catch any gnats or whatever leaves and stuff that fell in while I was doing all of the rest of the stuff. And then finally, it's time to put the cover on. This is a 2-person job. I've got my husband on the other side helping me pull this across so that it doesn't end up in the water. As far as covers go, I buy the cheapest one now. The first year we lived here, I bought a really expensive one and it had like a 20-year warranty. It broke after the second year. When I pulled out the warranty paperwork, it was a joke. It was going to cost me more money to send it into them than it was for me to just buy another one. So I don't bother with expensive ones. I just get the cheap one knowing that it's going to get 1 year, maybe 2 if I'm lucky. I take all of my hoses and then all of my parts and pieces from the filter and the pump, and I just store it in this little plastic tub, and I'm going to put it inside my basement for the winter. I'm also going to make sure I cut off the power to this panel outside. I also have a breaker at my box for the pump, so I'm going to turn that off as well. And that's all there is to it. Now my pool is ready to sit out the winter. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and be sure to subscribe for more DIY Made Easy.